What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameFreak. Today we are going to discuss a game that is now 20 years old and if it is worth going back and playing in 2025. In fact, I bought this game while I was out game hunting in 2024 and I just got the chance to start playing it in early 2025. It must have been January, maybe February, and I completed it, and I'm finally getting around to doing a review on this. This is the first time I ever played it. I kind of skipped over it, and I'll talk about that after I show some gameplay and do an overview of the game. The game I'm talking about is Gun for the PS2. Now, everything that I've read on all the platforms, apparently, even this game on PC, I guess this game ran best on the PS2, which kind of shocks me. You know, I love PS2, so that's good news for anybody that is a fan of PS2. So I was really anxious to check this game out because, you know, I was a fan of Red Dead Revolver, which came out a year before this, and then of course my favorite game ever, Red Dead Redemption 2. I love the original Red Dead Redemption as well. So let's dive into Gun, and I will let you know if it's still worth playing in 2025. Gun was released in November of 2005, a little over a year after the release of another Western action-adventure game, Red Dead Revolver. To be clear, Gun has nothing to do with Red Dead Revolver. There are absolutely no ties whatsoever. In fact, Gun was developed by a whole other company, Neversoft. Now, Neversoft was solely known for making Tony Hawk Pro Skater games for the previous 7 years, which, by the way, had some of the best soundtracks ever. But to give Red Dead Revolver credit, it helped spark the interest of Wild West shooters for gamers everywhere. Now, to be honest, I skipped over Gun at its release because I thought it was just a wannabe clone of Red Dead Revolver. In fact, I didn't purchase Gun until almost 20 years later while out game hunting in 2024. I finally got the time to give this game a go in early 2025. I really enjoyed Red Dead Revolver, but the controls were rather janky, so I did have concerns before starting Gun. At the time games like these were released, if a character was going to be on horseback or on a motorcycle, there was always a control problem. It just never felt like a smooth transition like the way games are today. Now, surprisingly, Neversoft did a fantastic job tackling this issue when developing Gun. As far as the graphics and scenery goes, it was beautiful for its time. The landscape seemed huge, but at times it seemed like just a background with not much going on. This didn't take away from the game though. It just felt like a missed opportunity is all. The story takes place in the 1880s in Montana. You control a character named Colton White. At the beginning of the game, which is kind of like a tutorial, you go on a hunting expedition with a man named Ned White. Very early in the game, Ned comes out and tells Colton that he's not really his father, as he pushes Colton over the railing of a steamboat before dying in an explosion. Roughly 3 days after the explosion, Colton wakes up with a token in his hand to the Alhambra Saloon. He finds out that the attack on the steamboat, which resulted in Ned's death, was all linked to the token itself. The story isn't mind-blowing, but it's good enough to keep you wanting to know what happens next. The story is based on what many westerns are based on, and that's greed. The game does a great job in delivering surprises, betrayal, and suspense. As far as the voice acting goes, some have called it excellent. Me personally, I thought the acting was average at best. But then again, I need to take into consideration that this game is 20 years old now. This kind of acting in a video game 20 years ago seemed revolutionary. I will say this though, the Western lingo used is perfect. It definitely helps make it feel like you're in the 1880s. The cinematic scenes are done well, but some of the characters' animations are a bit generic. The amount of different weapons available was one of the very sweet aspects of the game. There are a variety of different firearms, from pistols to shotguns to sharpshooters. You're also able to equip yourself with melee weapons like knives and tomahawks. There are also things you can throw at your enemies like dynamite and whiskey bottles. And it wouldn't be a true Western if you couldn't use a bow and arrow. Your arrows can range from standard arrows to flaming arrows to dynamite strapped arrows. These weapons unlock as you progress through the game and defeat bosses. A gun isn't a perfect game, but the pros outweigh the cons easily. I went into this game keeping in mind that it's 20 years old. It wasn't going to play as smooth as games like Red Dead Redemption 2. So yes, it did take a bit of time and patience to accept how the game handled. Because let's face it, we all have been spoiled on how far games have come in regards to controlling. I was slightly surprised on how smooth everything felt after only a couple minutes of playing it though. I wish I wouldn't have passed on this game 20 years ago. I think Gun is a hidden gem that didn't get the recognition it deserved. Even in 2025, this game is worth going back and playing or trying it out for the first time like me. My biggest gripe about this game would probably be the length of the story. I completed it in around 7 hours, and that included doing the side missions. Other than that, I had a blast playing this game for the very first time. If you've never played Gun, I highly recommend you check it out. So there you have it. That is my overview on the game Gun. And this is for the PS2. It is available on multiple platforms, but obviously I have the PS2 version. Kind of kicking myself in the ass for waiting for like so long to try this game out. I wish I wouldn't have skipped over it back in 2005. I had an absolute blast playing it. So if you've never played Gun before, I highly recommend you check it out. And if you have played it before, hell man, I had so much fun. If I did own it, like back in 2005, I would also recommend going back and playing it again. It's a fun game, man. Really fun game. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you are a content creator, don't forget to type in the word content in the comments section. That's all you have to do. Type in the word content in the comments section. We have something on this channel that I like to call the GameFreak Army. And what we do is if we see that word content, we will go to your channel. Doesn't matter if you're a gaming channel or not, any kind of channel. We will go to your channel and we will subscribe to you because that's what we do. We want to help each other out, help each other's channels grow. You know, this isn't a popularity contest. No one's trying to be king of YouTube or anything like that. We just want to help each other out. So feel free, if you are a content creator, type in that word content in the comment section. And once again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. And until the next one, game on, everybody.